All right, I see that we are live. So welcome to a voting session of EED. We have 4 bills to cover today. Michelle, you want to go through the bills with us?
Yeah, so the first bill is HB 125, Delegate Chairman's Bill, the Jordan McNair Safe and Fair Play Act. There was one amendment provided to you that's being offered by the chair of the subcommittee that takes in the concerns and suggestions brought up by advocates and institutions. So I'm going to go through the amendment. The amendment strikes everything related to the Student Athlete Bill of Rights. So that's the first 8 pages of your reprint. The amendment replaces that section with the section that declares the General Assembly intent related to student athlete health and safety. The section also requires that an athletic program adopt and implement guidelines to assess and treat serious sports-related conditions, exercise supervision, and return to play protocols. This section also adds that the USM work group on intercollegiate athletics, Morgan and St. Mary's College should submit a report on policy changes on health and safety for student athletes each year to the General Assembly.
Are you interested in doing the cookies later?
Jeannie, you're not on mute.
I think you're not muted.
The amendment makes changes to the name, image, and likeness section of the bill. The main change is that the amendment delays this section to July 1st, 2023, which would put Maryland in alignment with the other states who passed this statute. The amendment removes provisions related to professional representation and keeps the provision vague about representation to give student athletes options. The amendment would still allow a student athlete to get a lawyer to review contracts. The amendment adds a provision to allow an institution to prohibit advertising by a student athlete during team activities, and adds a provision limiting a student athlete from using team name, trademark, and logos, the intellectual property of the college, when lending their name, image, and likeness. That's the amendment.
So these are my amendments. I'm going to move them, and then we can have some discussion. I'll move the amendments.
Second.
All right. The amendments have been moved and seconded. So I do think that these amendments are really strong in reaching, getting this bill in a good place to move forward. I know the universities have had, for a couple of years, have had a lot of issues with the bill, but there's been a lot of sentiment that we needed to move forward on this bill. With these amendments, we've talked to the USM, we've spoken to some of our colleges and universities. They are satisfied with this bill at this point. And I think that we've provided some amendments that satisfy them, but keep the teeth in the bill, really, on the name, likeness, and image portion, but also on some of the guidelines in the Bill of Rights section to really encourage them and provide guideposts for them to provide health and safety plans and report back to us into what they're doing. With that, are there any questions on those amendments? Doug Novotny?
Yeah, thank you, Chair Barnes. So does this still mandate that a college, kind of a 2-part question, mandate that a college give a scholarship for the full 4 years or 5 years until they complete? Okay, we took that part out. Okay, thank you. And then I guess that answers the second part of my question. Thank you.
Yeah, great. All right, so with that, on the amendment, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no. All right, on the bill as amended, is there a motion?
Motion to move the bill.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on the bill as amended? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Fantastic, thank you so much, subcommittee. That's great work. Look forward to having it on the floor. Next bill.
House Bill 246, the Delegate Hill bill about higher education return Peace Corps volunteers in-state tuition. There is an amendment being offered from the sponsor to address the concerns from the community colleges. The bill allows Marylanders serving in the Peace Corps to be able to pay in-state tuition after returning to Maryland from the Peace Corps.
Okay. Any questions on that or on the bill? Or do we have a motion on the bill?
On the amendment.
I'm sorry, on the amendment. Any question on the amendment? All in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Amendment carries. On the bill as amended. Any discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Motion to move the bill.
Second.
All right, great. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That is unanimous. Next bill.
House Bill 460 is Delegate Solomon's bill, the Transfer with Success Act. This bill requires MHEC to require require a receiving public institution of higher education that denies the transfer of a credit or to notify the sending institution student for the rationale for the denial. Then there would be a review. This bill also has an annual report. This bill passed last year 17-0 in APP. There is one amendment being offered by the sponsor. The amendment was requested by USM to change the timing to notify the receiving institution about the denial.
And the sponsor is our own vice chair. You're comfortable with that amendment?
Yeah, it was more of a technical fix from USM.
All right. So there's a motion. Is there a second for the amendment?
Second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, no. All right. The amendment carries on the bill as amended. A motion?
Motion to move the bill.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Bill is again unanimous. Delegate Grice, we also did move before you got here, just for your edification, we moved the name, likeness, and image. It was unanimous. We can give you an opportunity if you'd like to vote on that bill at this point.
Sure, thank you. I'll vote in favor of it. Thank you.
All right. Did we do any other bills before Delegate Grice was here?
We did the Peace Corps bill.
Right.
Yeah,
that
but I was
also-
there enough time to vote for that.
Excellent.
Okay, sorry, I missed that.
Great. All right, we'll make sure you're recorded in the
Thank you.
positive on that. Our last bill of the day. Michelle.
This is House Bill 184. The recommendation on the vote list is to vote this unfavorable. The bill extends the membership of the Board of Regents for USM and Morgan and the Board of Trustees for St. Mary's College in Maryland. There was no testimony in support besides the sponsor.
Do we have Mr. Vice Chair, is there a motion?
Motion to move the bill unfavorable.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor of the unfavorable motion, say yes.
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 Anyone opposed to the unfavorable motion? Okay, that bill is dead. Thank you so much, committee members. That was great work. We'll look forward to working on those tomorrow in full committee at 11 for voting session. Have a great night.